story of child abuse that was occurring in California, and I talked about how it could be real. It also could be fake. Obviously, you have to be inside that house. You have to, you got to be on the inside to know. But a lot of these stories are obviously fabricated, and they're distractions from the actual truth, especially when it comes to child abuse and child trafficking and all of this stuff. They never mention the occult. They don't mention Satanism, black magic, Crowley, or any of that stuff. And when when people automatically see these stories, they tend to just see the story on the surface, right? But what you really have to do is read the underlining story, which in that case was how they were Christian, how they homeschooled, how they had their kids memorize the Bible. They're making it seem like, oh, what an abusive family. Christians are abusive. So I covered that. And then I did a video talking about how just covering this story from CNN, from all the child abuse, was on every major media outlet. The other story was from NBC talking about how sex dolls of children, so dolls that are of infant kids at 2 years old, which are sex dolls, robots, which eventually will move and cry and do all this stuff, are being designed for pedophiles. Therapists are giving it out to pedophiles. YouTube blocked both of the videos. They put the video on, which is called "I've Had Enough of This World," which I have. I mean, it's just unbelievable. On age restriction, right? Which doesn't just mean it's not monetized. It means that a lot of people aren't going to see it, and it's now hidden from them in their feed, depending on how old you are and stuff like that. And then the other one, House of Horrors, is the title of the video about that story I mentioned. They locked it as private. I mean, what is the problem? Why can CNN talk about this crap? Why can NBC? What is the problem then? I mean, oh my goodness, I must be a shill, right? I can't even speak without them blocking me from talking. I mean, what's so offensive about me talking about it? How come these other guys can cover this stuff? How come guys like David Seaman can talk about Pizzagate still every single day, call the CEO of Google a pedophile? They don't get any strikes. They don't get blocked from talking. I'm covering the story, and I'm saying, look at the underlying narrative, because this is how mind control works, right? How the narrative wasn't about this 13 kids being, locked up in this house. The narrative was about how they were Christian. They went on paragraph after paragraph about how the grandparents, they were called by God to have his 13 kids, and they were memorizing the Bible. That was the narrative they were pushing. The narrative isn't the topic. The reason that these stories get pushed to the front, even if they actually are real and not fabricated, is that it fits into the elitist narrative, and that clearly fit in. Because slandering Christians, spitting on Christians, is part of their narrative. So the question is, why is it that I can't speak on this platform? Why do I have 250,000 subscribers deleted overnight? It's not like I had 3 strikes and I was, oh my goodness, a 4th could come. It was boom, boom, boom. I had a strike and suddenly just got 3 and got taken down. And I'm not saying feel pity for me, because it's a YouTube channel, it doesn't matter. But I'm trying to make a point about how they're preventing these narratives from being exposed. There's plenty of people who do great work on YouTube. There's plenty. There's plenty who do awful work. But you really got to start questioning this stuff as to who's getting silenced, okay? Whether I agree with these people individually or not doesn't matter. Why can certain outlets talk about this stuff and certain people can't? Go to YouTube, go on their Twitter page, and go after them. You want to see this channel get restricted from free speech? Because that's what they're trying to do, clearly. What did I say that was so offensive in the video? I read an article from CNN. That's what I did. And then I gave an opinion on it. Because what I saw was a narrative that was being pushed, which is anti-Christianity, which is isolated instances, which is stereotyping the pedophile, which is what they want to do, because they don't want you to look at a guy in the business suit. So why is it in less than 12 hours? This is the kind of stuff that I get, right? And it's not a big deal, monetize or whatever, right? I mean, only trying to put quality work out there. But they're clearly trying to smoke people like me out. Locked as private, appeal, right? You can see it right there. I didn't set as private myself. Clearly it says locked as private. I have to appeal it. Appeal it for what? For reading something that they can read on CNN? I can't read it because my opinion of it exposes the mind control. I don't care what people say about me and stuff. I get attacked all the time. I really could care less. I don't care about alpha male syndrome. I don't care about these people who are just upset because their channels suck and they always try to take it out on me because my channel grew. And then when my channel gets deleted, I deleted it myself to make myself look credible. I mean, that's how retarded they are. They can't just admit when they're wrong. They always just have to continue to feed their BS to their audience. But let's be realistic here. This is just complete garbage. Nothing was said in those videos that would be offensive. What's the problem? And what am I exposing? Some people are like, oh my gosh, well, the channels that expose symbols, and we all know what fraud constantly says that, because we see people go from peasants to narcissistic shills in this community. Exposing symbols is, oh my goodness, it does nothing, because these people can't wrap their heads around anything other than they're regurgitating bullcrap. Because mind control is the key to this. Mind control, right? And you need to be able to see through the narrative. It's not just the story on the surface, it's what's underneath. And what's the narrative underneath? You gotta find it. You just gotta say, well, what would the casual person seeing this say? Will they just go, I can't believe that's happening? Or are they gonna go, typical Christian family, homeschooling, brainwashing kids? Or like the baby narrative, right? NBC can talk about the pros and cons of both sides, but I can't say that it's clear what they're trying to do, pretending that they're asking you a question, pretending that they want your feedback. But right underneath the headline, it says it can prevent pedophilia. And then the article just goes on, scientists are saying it's going to prevent this and prevent that. And just like I said in the video, what's going to happen next is they're going to come out with fake evidence and go, oh my goodness, this guy who molested 30 children all of a sudden for 5 years hasn't touched a baby because he has a sex doll. Oh my goodness, wow, is that how mind control works? That's exactly how it works, with fake formulated news to push agendas across. I'm getting sick and tired of this. Sick and tired of it. Because when you do this and you put all the time into making videos, you think at the very least, well, okay, well, I don't curse on this channel. At least I try not to. It's pretty rare you'll find me ever curse, maybe during a live stream. But what is being said that's so offensive? Why don't you ask yourself as the audience? Is it the fact that they don't want you to critically think and understand how they push narratives? Clearly that's the problem, because they know that the message is getting across. And that's why my first channel got deleted for absolutely no reason. A video that was sitting up for a year about crisis actors, a crisis actor Academy Awards. I mean, really? It was a spoof. I mean, I was making fun of it. It was comedy. That they found so offensive, or other videos they just flag about Zionism or about the LGBT. It's a joke. So you, the listener, should go over there. You should call them. You should flag, whatever you do on Twitter. Comment and flag them down. All these other channels get restored. Is it because they don't talk about anything that matters? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But all you got to do is listen to the 2 videos I did today, and then you tell me what's wrong. Age restricted. Oh, they can talk about it on every news channel on TV. House of Horrors. Everybody can give their narrative on what happened. But I can't say, well, look at this underlying theme that all these outlets are talking about. Christianity, homeschooling, crazy people. Simple. I'm not doing rocket science here. I'm not going above and beyond. But there's people that don't think like that. They just read it and they go, oh, child abuse. At least they crack down on these people. Because that's how they want you to think on the surface. It's always the underlying message that's in the articles, that's in the news reports. That's what you have to focus on, because that's what they plant seeds with, not with the title, not with the actual topic. It's about the characteristics of the people involved, who they are, right? What they're doing, making sure you're stereotyping trailer park people as pedophiles, stereotyping black people as this, white people as that, Hispanics as this. That's all that they do to all of us. It's all psychological. And it's a bunch of garbage, absolute garbage, that I even have, that I even have a second channel at my first channel, which by now would probably have 300,000. The fact that I have this channel and I got to build this one out, and I can't even speak on here. Maybe it is time for a lawsuit. Maybe it is time. Because I'll tell you one thing, I ain't going to sit back and bend over for YouTube interns that are flagging my videos. I'm not going to sit back and bend over for that creature that runs YouTube. Ain't no way. And like I said before in my other videos, the most dangerous thing these people can do, I'm telling you right now as the listener, trust me on this, the most dangerous thing they can do to me is get me to reveal my face, get me to go out in public. Because you piss me off enough, and you get me off of YouTube and actually make me go out there. Because listen, if this was about money for me, you don't think I could show my face, write books, show up on InfoWars like these frauds like David Seaman do? You don't think I can do that? It's not about that. It's about the message. But they piss me off enough, it's going to be the biggest mistake they make. Because I will show myself. I will expose these people. I will walk the streets and confront them. Because trust me, they can't handle confrontation, especially from a guy like me. This is the last warning shot I'm giving. You push my buttons hard enough, you mess with me enough, you take my free speech away, which is something I pride myself on, my voice being my weapon, then you're going to have to deal with the consequences. And I promise you, elites, or whoever you want to be, or whoever you claim to be, I will verbally run you over like a freight train runs over a penny on the train tracks. So stay out of my way. Mentioned in some of the videos, I've been working on a website. The website is up, it's running, and I've